What's up, everybody? What you are getting is the same view I'm having. Left DC, heading back to Southern Virginia. Just want to let you know, running on a bit of a Wu-Tang Clan hangover. You know, Bill and I went to the show. You know, he drove down from New York. I drove up from Virginia. It was a hell of a show, which we will, of course, recap on next week's broadcast. But I gotta tell you, Redman tore the roof off the place. We were gonna do, hey Gail, a live stream last night. We got back to the hotel at 1 o'clock in the morning, and you know, we're old, so we're kind of beat. And we said, you know what, we'll just save everything up for Tuesday night or Thursday, depending on when you listen. So I don't want to give too much away. I will say the opening acts, especially DJ B, of course, were pretty much worth going for. I know a lot of people don't show up to these concerts until they know the headliner's going to be on. But, and you know, there was like 7,000 people in the arena last night by the time things were done. But if you're not there to see DJ B, for example, or any opening DJ, or the opening acts, you're not going to know who they are down the road. So these guys can't get famous or get picked up for a career or whatever if people aren't talking about them. Yes, it's great now that they have the internet and they have YouTube, kind of like we have right here. They get to advertise all their stuff that way, but it's all word of mouth on these new cats. So if you go to these shows and it says doors open at 6:30, be there at 6:30. I mean, unless you've got something else major to do that's preventing you to do a show when the doors open, go when the doors open, because you never know who you're going to stumble on, what kind of acts are going to show up that you just wouldn't know about unless you were there early at that show. Speaking of DJ B, I've got some DJ B footage that I will hopefully post on our website. There will be not just our normal review of the show, there will also be a large written article, hopefully, on our page. It'll be Fresh Radio's page. It'll probably be on Hip Hop Golden Age. As a lot of you have heard me say before, Wu-Tang is the great unifier, and the type of people we saw last night is just proof of that. I mean, there was every race, nationality, age group, and everybody was there under the Wu-Tang Iron Flag. And you know, not everybody. There were some people there that bothered me, which I'll get into more on the show. But there are people who were there for a monumental event. Just to be able to say that they were there at that event, you can actually Wu-Tang fans, because they didn't know any lyrics to any song. And I'm sure that those people are everywhere. But it was probably the second or third best concert I've ever been to, and it was all right. A lot of you who went to hip-hop shows in the 80s and 90s, or heard about hip-hop shows from the 80s or 90s, know that there was always fights breaking out, you know, violence inside the arena for whatever reasons. You know, that doesn't happen anymore. All those people grew up and are now still going to these shows. So, you know, your average hip-hop show, classic hip-hop show that's still coming around, your average age of your crowd is 30 to 50-year-olds who were the same dumb people getting into fights back in the 80s and 90s at these same shows. But they've all matured, and everybody comes to have a good time, which it's a whole lot different atmosphere than it used to be. And the music and the artists are getting the appreciation now that they should have gotten then, because people are actually paying attention to what's going on instead of worrying about how cool they look or if somebody stepped on their shoe. All right, I think that's about it. I gotta get back to driving here. So we'll see you all Tuesday night on the Scope here on YouTube. Who knows where else will pop up, and if not, Thursday we're available at MrThrowbackThursday.com and every single place you can think of that you find podcasts. If we are not where you find your podcast, let us know so we can be there. And until next time, keep it classic. Always remember, new school stale, old school fresh.